Hello and welcome to a very spooky episode of What Do You Call It podcast. I'm your host, GB. Today's guest represents a non-profit fan-based group dedicated to celebrating the epic Ghostbusters franchise through cosplay, charity, and community engagement. Please welcome the Ontario Ghostbusters. First of all, can you just introduce yourself as one of the members of this fan group?
Well, I am Briley Lapine. I'm one of the presidents of the Ontario Ghostbusters. I've been doing this now for almost 20 years.
Awesome. Welcome, welcome. It's pretty cool that you do that and you get to celebrate something you love, but you get to do it for a good cause as well. We will break that down as well. But what I have to ask you first, what was your first experience with the Ghostbusters film and what got you hooked?
Oh man, this is where I'm gonna earn all this gray hair you're seeing. Uh, my first experience with Ghostbusters was actually seeing it at a drive-through or drive-in movies. And it was actually the very first movie I'd ever seen in that. I think it's the first movie I'd ever gone to.
Yeah.
My parents took me and my brother. It was a double bill. I don't remember what the first movie was. All I remember is Ghostbusters. And like you're seeing it through the seats of your parents' car, and you've got like this tinny old audio that's hooked up to the window, and it was like it made an impression. Clearly,
Fair
clearly it
play.
made an impression on me.
How many times have you seen the Ghostbusters, the original one first?
Oh man, I don't think I can count that high. Um, Enough that I probably can see it in my head without a television. I can probably just close my eyes and beat for beat, note for note, replay it in my mind as I need it.
Fair play, mate. Fair play. Though I'm not going to test your fandom, but I do want you to rank the Ghostbusters films from best to worst.
First. Um,
And that is including the
that's
2016 one as well.
yes, yes, naturally. Well, I mean, for me, I'm gonna rank the 1984 first, and Ghostbusters 2 second. They're the ones I remember as a kid. I look at them with rose-colored glasses. I don't see the very problematic things in it, the very 80s problematic things in it. I
Yes.
see something that brought me joy as a child, and that's what I see in it, right? Uh, Third, I think I would put Afterlife. Um, it's a beautiful movie just because you also see the director's love of his father reflected in it. So you have a meta narrative in the story as well as everything else. For fourth and fifth, I don't know if 2016 and Frozen Empire, uh, I think I might tie them for four. Like I like them both. I recently rewatched the 2016 movie a couple of weeks ago just
Yeah.
because. There's some stuff in that I still quote. Frozen Empire is, I think it suffers because it's the newest. I've sat with it the least. I've had the least time to overindulge and over obsess and over make ideas about it that, as a fan, you kind of get lost in the weeds. That's the stuff where you're like, hey, what about this? Have you ever thought if they had this actor play that role? Have you ever thought if they changed these two scenes around? If
Yeah.
you ever thought whatever crazy theory you like, and then just hash it out with your friends. That's the joy of it. That's the joy of groups like this, where you can have a very similar knowledge base with which to spin your own tales with.
Yeah, no, that's fair, mate. I like that as well. You get to sort of have these movie debates. And I
Yeah,
don't mind the 2016 one. I know it got a lot of shit. And that was even before it came out, especially with the trailer. And I think people to
yeah.
this day automatically hate it without seeing it, just because it isn't the original Ghostbusters. And fair enough. I get that, being attached to what you loved as a kid. But at the same time, I don't think it disrespects the original Ghostbusters films, the premise, the fan base. I think it does as best as it can with its material. I thought the cameos were okay. I thought, don't get me wrong, there's some bad things in the film I didn't like. I thought Melissa
Well, there's
McCarthy
some
was a
bad
bit
things in the
ineffective.
original films too.
Yeah,
Like, no film is flawless. No film is perfect, especially as it ages.
Yeah,
right? I think the 2016 suffered from people expecting an 80s kind of humor,
yeah.
and it wasn't that. It was an early 2000s sort of humor. Look at who is in it, look at who is directing it. Of course, they're going to have that style of humor. That's not a bad thing. That's just how a subjective sense of humor works.
Yeah, no, I get it, mate. I get it. I don't mind it personally. I've rewatched it. I mean, the first time I did watch
Yep.
it, I was like, it's all right. It didn't really piss me off or anything like that. But as I've rewatched it, I'm like, it's okay. But I'm sure there's people in the comments that are still going to badmouth it, and that's fine. As long as you've seen it and it's your opinion, awesome.
Yep.
So, um,
That is something I agree with. I cannot stand the people who are like, I won't see this. It's bad. It's bad, and I will refuse to see it. And it's
yeah,
like, well, how do you know it's bad?
yeah.
Like, if you liked it, if you saw it and liked it, or saw it and don't like it, that's your opinion. Everyone's welcome to that. But to say I'm not even going to try is like, well, then why bother with you?
No, I agree. 100% agree, mate. Um, Tell me about the formation of the Ontario Ghostbusters. How long has
Yeah.
this group been together? I think you mentioned actually earlier, nearly 20 years now. But just tell me
Yeah.
about the origins, the formation, and sort of how it all came together.
The clouds parted and the hand of God descended and it pointed at me and it said, "Get off your ass." And then I woke up and it turned back into a light post and I shook off the hangover. Um, really, it started for me. It started because I had always wanted a proton pack. I had always wanted one, and finally, one of my friends said, "Well, shut up and do it, or shut up,
Yeah,
but stop holding back." So I made it, and from making it, you ask around, you have to look for parts. Some of these things have not become easier to find since the 1980s. Um, and several people had contacted me saying, "Hey, we're doing an event in your area. You want to come out and put on that pack and walk around and do some charity work?" And I went, "Yeah, that sounds like something I can do." And never stopped since then.
tell me about the sorry, I lose my voice a little bit. Tell me about the Proton Pack.
Okay, I get emotional about it too.
Got to tell me, mate, like how much money, I mean, roughly have you spent over the years on it? And also, what are fans' reactions when they do meet you at these Comic Cons and these events and charity events? You know, what is it like for them to take a photo with it?
So I have probably spent into the thousands now on it. The nice thing is once it's up and running, provided you don't drop it off a building, you're pretty good. And you can make these things as over industrialized and mechanical as you want. If, these days, we have people who will make parts out of uh, aluminium. They will have parts that just stand up to all sorts of abuse. And yeah, you pay more for that, but you also get a longer life out of it. Um, as for the fans, it's interesting, especially now. We mentioned the 26 movie and or the 2016 movie, and now is a interesting time because before the 2016 movie, you'd get a lot of parents who would look at us and go, "Oh my God, Ghostbusters. I love that. This looks fantastic."
Yeah,
And then you get a lot of kids who are like, "What is this? Why should I care? This is not a Pokemon. I don't care about it." But now, thanks to the 2016 movie and then Afterlife and Frozen Empire, you get a lot more youth who are looking at us and going, "Oh, I recognize what this is. I know what this is
I know
without
the
my
logo.
parents having to tell me." And that's where it gets really positive. It gets something that we really like engaging with because, again, you'll always have some people who will look at this and go, "What is that? Is that a jetpack? What is it? An engine of some sort? What are you doing with it?" But you will still get people who like instantly clock it and go, "Wow,
Yeah, that's pretty
that is
cool.
something so unique to those movies. I never thought I'd see it in real life."
Yeah. You might get one that's like a foam one, like a child's one,
Yep.
like costume that you get for like, 30 quid or
Yep.
$50, whatever. But to see it like, oh my God, is this actually from the film? Let me take a photo,
Yes.
let me touch it or whatever. Let me be near it.
It has the feel of being a real object. It has the weight and the gravitas
Yeah.
of it, where you want to look at it and go, "Oh my God, this thing actually feels like it's got weight." And yeah, they do. When you see them helping each other put the packs on in the movies, that's not just like acting. That's actually those things are a little heavy sometimes. But yes, you get kids, and we love seeing all the kids who have made their own homemade pack. That was I mean, I gave you the nice little story about building my own, but I suppose my first pack was like a cardboard box that my parents put like wrapping paper around and like an armored cable going to a flashlight. It had duct tape straps, and that was my Proton pack when
But
I
it
was
was
like
made of
6 or 7.
TLC, mate. That's the thing.
Oh, so
You'll never
much.
forget it.
No, clearly, I love it still. Like, I think I went as a Ghostbuster like until that thing fell apart.
That's
But
commitment.
yes, you get kids like that, and it's like this is what I made, or this is what my folks made for me, and it's great because that's a story that's evergreen. That is a story that connects us to everybody who ever did this could have this story. It's a story that I can have with a 10-year-old who's coming to see our booth for the first time, and I get to look at them and I get to have an interaction with them and connect with them on a real, like, yeah, kid, you're looking at us and you think that's pretty good, but you're on that same path.
Yeah.
I can tell you that that story came back from me. That's wonderful. It's wonderful to see that you could grow up to pursue this. You could grow up to pursue whatever love you like.
That's pretty cool, man, that you get to have that influence on the kids and,
Yeah.
remind yourself you were once a kid as well and a Ghostbusters fan.
It's also good to see it from the adults, like see the parents, because again, sometimes, especially as adults, we get too much into our own heads and we get too much into the idea of well, I have to be responsible and put away childish things, and I have to go pay my taxes and shovel the lawn and do whatever. And then occasionally it's nice to be like, well, I'm going to do something just because I like it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if it's a fully grown adult thing to do. I'm doing it for me.
That's great, man. That's great. Tell me about the trailer that you appeared, the Ontario Ghostbusters appearing in the Ghostbusters Paranormal Blast mobile game
Yeah.
arena. What was that like, mate? Obviously, I bet you kind of marked out at the experience of that opportunity.
It was really awesome. It was a wonderful day of shooting. It was a really interesting day of shooting. Definitely a little surreal because we're so used to doing things for ourselves, or for our charities. To be contacted by a company who wants us in a kind of professional sense was very, very unique. It was a fun day. It was really neat. Um, by the end of it, we were all like, you know, it's tiring. I'm tired and I'm ready to go home.
Yeah.
Hey, wouldn't it be cool if we could do this all the time? Wouldn't it be awesome if we could? How do we do more of these? When will this game need an expansion? Because we think you should have a trailer for that expansion, and we'll do it. We'll
Hmm.
be back.
Who are you gonna call? The Ontario
Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters.
Exactly. Us. No one. I'm already on the call with you.
Exactly. I'm not getting off the phone. Um, just a few more
You can
questions
tell
for
I've
you, mate.
heard that a few times, eh?
Definitely, definitely. Um, what I want to ask is a sort of a signature question for me to ask three dream dinner guests, and this can be
Okay.
sort of past or present, but I want to keep it themed with the Ghostbusters, and I'm going to ask you for three supernatural, paranormal guests for your Oh, can't even get the words out. Ghostbusters party. Three guests. Number one, paranormal, supernatural guest.
Supernatural, so they have to be a ghost.
Yes.
Okay. Any ghost or only in the series?
Any ghost.
Any ghost. Oh boy. Well, I think Alexandre Dumas, first and foremost, because I'd love to talk to that man. I'd love to hear his insights. I'd like to talk to him about the modern world. I'd like to see what he thinks about it. It would be interesting. It would be fascinating to see what this man thinks of our modern world
Mm.
and pick his brain about it.
Show him TikTok.
Show him TikTok and be like, write a story about this. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times indeed. That's not Dumas, but still. Um, let's see, second person, second ghost I would like to have at my banquet. Ooh, this is very difficult. Harold Ramis, I guess, is the easy answer. I gotta say that. I want to talk to the man. I never got to talk to him. I've gotten to meet several of the original cast at this point, and they're all lovely people.
Mm.
They're all very, I don't want to say grateful, but they're all very gracious. They're all very, and they are really like, for us, it was a job at the time. We thought it might be something good. We were trying to do our best work,
Yeah.
obvious. But when they say, man, you guys took this and ran with it and you're doing good work with it. And as an actor, that is what we want. We want to make an impact. And clearly we did. And Harold, I never got to talk to Harold. I would like to talk to him. I'd like to talk to him about comedy as a whole, not just Ghostbusters. What is funny? What makes a thing funny? What is your process of making a thing funny? Where do you go to? Where do you draw from? Um, is it all past experience or the things that you thought were important to keep going forwards? Always important. I never got to talk to him. I would love to talk to him. And I suppose I should do something unusual, something wild for the third. Something I what is a completely out there ghost. I'd like to talk to the ghost of Hamlet's father
Fair
and
enough.
ask him, you know, what's it like? I fear though, the problem is I don't speak Danish. I probably need a translator. Can I get the ghost of a Danish English translator? Can we have a form? That would be
All
great.
right, four guests then. Four supernatural guests.
Ah man, that translator's gonna hog Harold Ramis all night. I just know it.
Oh, I love it. Fucking fantastic answers, mate. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Um, what I got to ask now is the charity stuff, the stuff, that you're doing this for, the rewards. Tell me about what it is like for you to sort of do this, even though it's been a lifetime passion, but for you to do it for charities, at the end of the day, there is a reward. You're doing it for a good cause, and it means something to you more than the Ghostbusters. That you're making a difference to people that need it.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful because I get to marry something I like doing with something that helps people.
Hmm.
Um, again, we talked about the 2016 movie. Around that time, we very specifically chose to help the Canadian Women's Foundation. And we chose to help them because of the backlash that that movie had. And we were like, well, this is a foundation that helps find homes for women who are leaving their abusive situations. This is a foundation that helps fund women in trades. This is a foundation that can help women, and why wouldn't we be doing that? If anything, that backlash shows us the importance and the need for this. Um, so getting to give back, getting to use this to give back to people is kind of amazing. Um, I get to give charitable work by dressing up as a Ghostbuster and running around and having people take pictures and go, "Oh, golly, you look a lot like that Dan Aykroyd there, eh? That's wonder you look really good." And I go, "Yes, thank you." And it's great. That's wonderful. What more do you want? To be able to give generously, to be able to call attention to causes you believe in.
Mm.
And I get to do it in a flight suit with a proton pack on. It's pretty awesome.
You get to have fun while you're doing it, mate. That's awesome.
Yeah. Uh, again, you kind of get to touch people's lives. You get to make an impression. Lots of people will give. All of us have been at the grocery store and had like, do you want to give $2 to help feed people? And you go, yes. and you're on with your day and you never think about it. But when you interact with us, when you come to the table and see the stuff we put out and like have conversations with us, that's a charitable donation that you can remember forever. And you can be like, yeah, this one time I talked to these Ghostbusters and they were like this, and I gave them some money, and that was to help an animal shelter, and it was really neat. That's a donation you get to experience and talk about and share with forever. What more can you want? You're making an impact on people's lives. And that's something that's not only fulfilling, but it's really interesting to then use that chance to make an impact to help other people.
That's great to hear, mate. That's honestly great to hear. I gotta applaud you for that. Honestly, I can tell it's
Thank you.
genuine as
Well,
well.
finally, someone.
Some some random guy from England. So
Finally,
that's what you needed. Oh, it's worth it.
check that mark on my bingo card.
What's next for the Ontario Ghostbusters?
Well, we're always expanding our displays. We're always looking to expand our crew roster. We're always, looking for more people. The more people we have, the more events we can do. But the next little bit, well, it is our busy season. I cannot overstress how busy we are in October. We have a lot of people who want us to turn up, and then as soon as we tell them, yeah, you can throw some money towards our charity, they're like, oh yeah, there you go. Um, and that's wonderful, and it helps us give back, but it does mean like I feel very much like Ray and Winston at the second movie where they're doing the kids' birthday party,
Yeah.
where we're turning up and we're like, hey, let's have fun. And then everybody's like, yeah, okay. And we're like, oh man, the next 3 hours are gonna really drag. Okay, let's do it.
That's great, mate. That's
Yeah.
great. If they want to keep up to date with what you got lined up for, especially this month, at time recording, it's Halloween around the corner in less than 3 weeks, that's for sure. But Halloween's
Yes,
around the
definitely.
corner. We're literally middle of October. And if the listeners out there want to keep up to date with the Ontario Ghostbusters, see where they're going to appear and what they got lined up, how can they do that and find you on social media?
You can always Google us. We're on the Facebooks, we're on the Twitters, we're on the Instagrams. If you put Ontario Ghostbusters into any search engine, we will be the first infinity hits. Um, it is wonderful being a unique brand like that.
It is a brand. I can confirm this. They do come up, especially YouTube as well. Literally, it's quite hard to find not find them on social media, but yeah, that's awesome. Give them a follow wherever you follow your social media, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Find them, find out who they're gonna call, but give them a follow. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, give me a follow on my social media handles. They will be in the description below. But for now, everyone, happy Halloween and have a great week. Even though Halloween's something like 2, 3 weeks, but you get the point. Woo!
Have a spooky week.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's time for What Do You Call It? Podcast!